Austin Healey BN4 BT7 owners, gentlemen, start your engines. We're looking here at Heritage Upholstery's offering for the BN4 BT7. For the purpose of the video, I'm going to just say BT7 from now on. There are a lot of similarities between both the models for the interior, and there are of course some differences which I will detail as we go. First, little overview of the entire interior offering from Heritage, all custom made, handmade here in beautiful Palm Springs, California. We are very proud of our kit for the BT7. We feel, and our customers feel, both trade and retail, that we have the very best Healey products in the world, second to none. And I hope to demonstrate that clearly in the video. As with baking a cake or anything else that you make, a lot of it has to do with the ingredients. The ingredients in this particular case would be the leather and vinyl, carpets, all the materials. We're looking at this BT7 featured in a beautiful ivory color with red piping, contrasting red piping. This is the closest color to the original Healey Grey, which is a very the word Healey Grey is actually a bit misleading, but that's what they called it, and it has this light look, but definitely not white. And that's this ivory is a beautiful color, very popular, and it looks great, especially particularly with red cars in this particular case. Of course, we offer all the original colors and custom colors, contrasting piping, original Karvel carpet, Wilton wool carpet, any of those mix and match, and there's no extra charge for anything that you want. We have more custom colors available than any company in the Austin Healey trim business, and so we have a very broad range. As I was saying about the ingredients, the vinyls are all correct quality and vinyl grain from the UK to match original specification. All Austin Healeys used vinyl for the panel work, leather for the faces of the seats, and we do the same. We do not recommend the use of leather on panel work at all. In fact, we get asked, and not for all the money in the world will we do it. It just doesn't work. You can't trim the car in full thickness leather. It's just you can't get the results. So we do everything exactly as original, and while we're on that subject, I can tell you that this kit and all our Healey products are correct to the very highest show standards worldwide. Many years of development for this kit, the accuracy of our patterns, and the quality, fit, and finish of our work is second to none, and I think that's clear. Should be clear with this video. And I think one of the main reasons that that's possible is the use of our CAD cutting machine, computer cutting machine. It has several heads here for notching, pen marks, knife cutting, and so on. You can see I got the whole interior laid out on the bed, 7 feet wide, 22 feet long. We roll out the vinyl from England. We press a button and the whole interior is cut out in about 32 seconds. Quite magnificent. I will demonstrate that on another video that I'll add later. We're looking at our Bible. We call it our Gerber Bible. It shows the CAD files. There's the carpet set in Karvel, Wilton wool, side shift, center shift. We have all variations. This particular order, the customer did not order carpet set. That's the explanation for this original Karvel being put back in here. That's just kind of showing you how the parcel tray would normally be. And I'll go back to the ingredients. We spoke about the vinyl and it being correct from England and so on. The other most important thing is the leather. We use the very best quality leather available. It's imported from the UK. We stock it in pretty substantial quantities, and we have top-ups from air freight weekly here in Palm Springs, London Heathrow to LAX. We have many unique features in our kit that others don't offer, and we'll discuss some of those as we go. That includes our molded foams, so on. As I mentioned, the CAD cut-in is a great advantage. It ensures accuracy that we can repeat. Another great feature of our kit is the fact that every single piece comes with its own separate label. You can see the labels here. They haven't been stuck on yet, but everything is covered with these labels. So especially the small bits and pieces, for instance, this will be labeled as behind handbrake. So the 1 each vinyl to cover transmission tunnel behind handbrake. So within the bag are the strips of vinyl, and you can see what they're used for, and with that where they go, and it makes it a lot easier for you or your shop to get it right. We also offer unlimited tech support. We want our product to look at its very best, and it's our best interest to help you with advice on that. None of our kits come with instructions. None of our competitors' kits come with instructions. There's lots of reasons for that, but we do want to help and make sure our kit is installed at looking at its very best. With that said, we're looking at seats here that are covered. The kit itself would normally we'd be supplying these leather covers sewn, ready to install, and the foams ready to go and everything else, but not necessarily assembled. It's the customer's choice then to do it himself, send it to a local shop, or send the frames to us for us to do here. I strongly recommend the latter as the option. They are beautiful cars that are expensive to restore. You've already spent a lot of money on mechanical, paint. You give these covers to 10 different people, you end up with 10 different results. What you're getting from Heritage when you send us the frames are the guaranteed results that you see here in the video. It's definitely not a job for the home restorer. You wouldn't paint your car. It's a trade, and upholstery is the same. It's not something that you can just experiment on a weekend. You'll never get this look. It's simply not possible. I've seen many of our kits at shows where customers themselves have been quite pleased with the results, and I look at it and shake my head and wish that it wasn't our product, because it can be ruined on installation, and we don't want that. So we have flat guaranteed rates that's we show, so there's no unknowns as far as cost. And then you can send us the following things: the 6 components that make up the front seat, steel base, backrest, and sitting in the back there is the angle iron frame that holds the cushion, the 2 tractor seats, and the wooden backrest assembly. Wooden backrest assembly rarely survives in good condition. This car was in particularly good original condition, and this survived well. It's the exception. You can repair your own as long as you make it exactly as original, and we're happy to use it, or we can supply you with a new one here at Heritage. The other thing I want to say generally about the kits is that our kits include, well, the listing that you'll see on the quote says Perfectionist Panel Kit. And what you need to know with that is that it includes everything as a brand new, fully upholstered panel as demonstrated here, wherever possible. And where covers are glued to the body of the car, they're supplied as pre-cut, pattern-shaped pieces. These 2 go on the top of the doors, for instance. There's the covers for the little seat plinth blocks that go under the seat. Again, the behind the handbrake. This rectangle, this square here goes behind, glued on the body right there for the kick panel, and so on. So if it's a panel, it's new. If it's a cover, it's supplied cut. So everything is covered in the kit. There is right down to the screws and washers that attach the panels, the carpet studs that fix the carpet set. When I get into the panels, I'll explain the differences of the early cars, the BN4, BN4 Longbridge style quarter panels and so on. But I think we'll leave it there for the first episode. And oh, there was one other thing that typically gets sent to us. Two things actually. This is the under dash tray. It's not an easy thing to cover. It's stitched here and quite difficult to install. So for the small amount that we charge for that, it's strongly recommend send that to us. We never recover old dash pads. You can never get these good results. We insist on brand new dash pads that you can see here. A tool cut in the Baltic birch ply. Again, I'll get into the details on that as we go. So we'll leave it there, and we'll start to look at things individually. And I'm going to insert into the editing of this a carpet set from probably a BT7 that would demonstrate the quality of the carpet and inclusions, and they're very similar to the BT4. Of course, we need a lot of spec information when we get when the order's placed: side shift, center shift, long bridge, Abingdon build, so on. So we can walk you through that. So we'll leave it like that, and oh, maybe I will show you one thing before we sign off here. I showed you the book with our CAD file, and there you can see this is our digitizing table. So the patterns are created as digital DXF files for you techie guys. They become single files and they're nested for the best yield. And you can see how we do it. This is the two rectangles, one for the dash fascia. Hey, that reminds me. One for the dash pad. Inner door panels, outer door panels, A-post kick panels. Looks like this one's an early long bridge style. Every piece is cut, and of course we do that for the carpets and everything like that. That reminds me, this customer also had his dash fascia panel, which is aluminum panel covered in vinyl, pre-shipped. It's a common request from customers. It allows them to move forward with their restoration, putting in the clocks and dials and continuing with the wiring while they wait for the rest of the upholstery from us. So I think that's a pretty good overview to start, and now we'll look at things in some closer detail.